Hey, what's up everybody? 4 out of 5 here with MemeNFT and Telos. So tell us about your little project that's going on.
All right, well, we're layer 1. We got an EVM and a native network, and we got a lot of activity. We built a platform that anybody can build their apps on, and people have built anything you can think of. We got fractionalized real estate held by token holders in a DAO.
Wow.
We got NFT marketplaces, decentralized exchanges, on-chain governance, lots of cool projects.
The fastest EVM out there.
And yep, we just finished giving our presentation on the fastest EVM out there. Half-second block times, thousands of transactions a second. You know, you don't feel it. It doesn't feel like a blockchain that you've ever used. So
No, I've been in the game a long time, and what you guys just said just kind of blew my mind, because I know this is where it needs to go. And if you guys are innovating and leading this already, I'm already in love with you guys. That's great. So tell us, feed more for people that are maybe coming into this space that's a little bit newer, that don't understand exactly what we're talking about already.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're coming into the NFT scene, that was my background. And I spent a bit of time on, like I got into it very, my entry was like MoonPay on OpenSea, right? Like the most bastardized version you could go, until I actually figured it out. But I think the thing I hated the most was whenever I was buying something on Ethereum, for any newbie, you're like, why am I paying $60 for something that was listed for 20? Right? It's like, the math doesn't add up.
I'm paying more for gas than what I'm getting.
Exactly. So I think Telos has really remedied that problem in that there's no front running. So I can't just speed up the transaction to get ahead of you. First in, first out.
So now you're not messing with bots.
Exactly. And I think we'll, in a way, reorient and change the incentives of a marketplace. If a mint drops, they have to be thinking about something in a more fair perspective. It can't just be, a rug to get in and out as quick as possible. I think it has the ability to change the mindset of how people operate in the space.
Definitely, even just flippers and traders themselves, because now you can move your profit margin even higher when you're not paying that high gas.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, and I think people have seen with the Solana ecosystem that they don't want to pay high gas fees. But that network, I mean, let's be real, it doesn't work every day. I think we can take that energy of people not wanting to pay gas and understanding that I can flip something for a higher profit than I could on OpenSea.
Absolutely.
But over here, I'm paying, what was it, like 2-3 cents for gas?
Yeah.
Woo!
So it's
Y'all
really
hear
hard,
that? 2 or 3 cents on gas.
really hard to compete with. And I think that scales, right? Like,
Yeah. So our gas fees all configurable. It stays the same. So in any given day, everybody's paying the same gas price.
Even with network congestion, that's
I like the analogy of
what's
a stadium.
network congestion?
on
Telos, at least.
So
when it gets over 100, kiwi on gas, we call it congestion.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, if you think about like a football stadium, if nobody's in line and you just go right through the gate, why would you pay more to cut in line, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the analogy I like to use. I mean, obviously, if you have 10 million people trying to do transactions at once, we can do thousands of transactions a second, right? That's not going to work too well. But if you look at other networks that do like 30, 60, maybe 800 transactions a second, we can do thousands. We can do a lot more than them, and it's going to take a lot longer to feel any congestion. And in blockchain, I mean, I think some of the bigger networks have hit capacity at like maybe 800 or 900, and they'd start to feel it. And that's when they had a lot of activity. Like, it's a small space still, so.
Absolutely. So it seems like you guys are you're gearing and building towards mass adoption, but who are you guys gearing towards right now with your project? Like, what type of investors or traders or normal people are you looking to bring into Telos?
Well, as a layer 1, we're looking to bring in all the different types of applications, right? We built a platform on which you can build any app that you can think of. Obviously, you got the key pillars of blockchain right now with NFTs, DeFi, GameFi, all the things that people are doing with the tech, which is still early. Those are the people we're focused on. Right now, we're working on some incentive programs where we're going to be handing out Telos as rewards to the apps that attract the most, like DAU and TVL, so daily active users, total value locked. Like the metrics try to be unbiased. We're a really decentralized, fair network, like in everything we do. So we don't want to just pick a winner, but we want to say, hey, look, we can measure this. You brought in the most users. That's a metric we can measure. We didn't choose you. You chose us, and you were successful. You know.
Is that built into an algorithm for that, or how are you guys deciding on that back end on rewards?
Yeah, well, we're working on the program. We're trying to figure out exactly what the right measurement is. We've done a lot of research in other networks where they've tried to do the same thing and got gamed. You know, there's certain things where it's like, oh, you're going to pay out if I do X. Well, I can do X with my buddy, right? So
absolutely,
then that actually doesn't get us what we want, because what we want is we want the world to come use Telos. And I can tell you from the people that have come to Telos from like other networks, they come, they use Telos, so like I kind of don't want to go use this other network because I like the speed, the performance, it's a good experience. They don't want to go back. So it's not so much like we got to pay to keep them. We just got to pay to get them to come, you know, take a bite, try it. You like it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Once we got that taste of the high life, it's hard to go back to the slums a little bit. And the technology's moving so quick, and Telos seems to be on the cutting edge of that. So
absolutely,
I'm excited where you guys' future's heading. Is there anything else that you want to put out there about what makes you guys even more special than cents per transactions?
I'd check out, we have this really killer NFT contest going on right now.
Okay.
Where we're just trying to onboard any kind of artist that wants to give it a shot, right? So anybody's welcome to enter, but there's huge prizes and rewards. I think there's like $50,000 up for grabs.
Wow, 50 grand.
Yeah,
look at that,
it's
people.
It's running right now.
Where can you find that?
That's going to be on our main page, telos.net. It'll have all the links to
Telos.net, people.
And there's going to be 5 winners. And then on top of that,
ooh, that's 10 grand a piece if I can do math.
Not too bad. And then I get to pick somebody. I get to just hand 20 grand to.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to that. But
compliment the mask.
Somebody needs to be friends with Masky over here.
Hey. I like Moscow Mules. But I think the thing that I keep trying to tell people to build on Telos is there is the historical utility of being on the ground floor.
Absolutely.
You can't buy that real estate once it's gone. And if you fang in now and come along for the ride, like, I think it's going to be nuts.
And just think about how fast crypto and NFTs move, and then just even take your housing market analysis. Just think where the market was 100 years ago and where it is now. Just think 10 years in Web3. Woo! It's an investment that's just going to keep going up at this point, because this is the foundation that you guys are building for something bigger and better than what we already have. And I love the innovation in the space.
Yeah, I think what I'd add, because I can talk about tech all day. I'm our head of engineering, and I can go geek.
You might go over my head.
I go real
geek
hard, but the one thing that really stands out to a lot of people that you won't find in a lot of like the layer ones and a lot of the projects that have happened recently, which is really the spirit of blockchain, which is decentralization and fairness, right? So like faster, fairer future is what we got on our shirts here. And you know, when you think about it, the future, well, that's where we're all going, right?
Absolutely.
And we talked about faster, but fair. When we launched with no ICO. We did a really fair distribution. We're like actually decentralized. You can go dig up some content on the internet where we got some interviews where we got grilled by like Chris Bleck, I think is his name, about decentralization on his podcast, and it's like we held our own on that.
That's
because
what's up. Yeah.
when we launched, we did it fairly, and nobody's sitting on like half the supply. It's a truly like decentralized, and we do a lot of on-chain governance, so it's all kind of owned by the people, by the token holders, and it's like the real spirit of what we all say we're here for, which is decentralization with the tech.
Some might say the people's chain.
Yeah, the people's chain.
The people's chain
Hey,
and the people's market.
That's right.
MemeNFT here with Telos, faster, fairer, the future. I appreciate you guys today. It's been
Thank you.
awesome.
Thanks so much,
You
brother.
guys are great. I really love you guys' projects, and I know we're going to bring a lot of people over to your chain, because who doesn't want to save money?
Exactly.
And who doesn't want to be
time.
faster, fair, and future?
Amen.
You guys are on it. I like
All right.
it.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. Thank you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.